Yo, today we're going to be talking about reverse power creep in Genshin Impact. So number one, I just want to get this out of the way. I don't necessarily mean characters should be weak, and I'm 100% an advocate of having characters be viable at C0 and not need their constellations that like overall changes their entire kit and their damage output, etc, etc. So I do think characters should be perfectly fine at C0, even though in my opinion I think reverse power creep is fine. I don't think characters going forward should necessarily be weak, but more so along the lines of being balanced. Anyways, I kind of digress here because that's kind of a different topic as a whole. But in terms of reverse power creep in Genshin, let me give you my thoughts on why I think it is a good thing. Okay, number one, this is a casual game. I just want to get it out of the way, and the recent article from GameSpot is obviously the dagger in the coffin. There was a lot of hopium, and I know I keep bringing this up, but I mean, a lot of players did have that hopium and honestly thought that we would have gotten something else other than Spiral Abyss to further use our characters to their full potential, quote unquote. And I was one of those players, okay? I was one of those players. I had a little bit of hopium as well, okay? So I'm kind of categorized with these players. But we honestly thought there would have been something in the future to kind of like put our characters towards. But with that out of the window now and no other harder content in the game other than the Spiral Abyss, which is pretty much dead easy to complete, right? I've done various videos in the Spiral Abyss and I used an Amber team, for goodness sake. If Amber can clear it, anybody can clear it, okay? So with that out of the way, let me go into again why I think reverse power creep is a good thing. The game is insanely easy. Kind of touched that earlier about the Abyss being the only endgame content we're really gonna have in this game, and the fact that it's so easy to do, it's like, why would we need a character that does 10, 15 million damage against a couple of hilly churls, a couple of bosses with like 1 mil HP, whatever, right? We don't need these OP broken characters. Again, I don't want the characters to be weak, more so along the lines of being balanced, but we don't need these broken characters, as in reality, there's nothing we can really use these characters on, and that is just the hard cold truth. The Abyss is just not it. Eventually, whether you're free to play or whether you are Turbo, Leviathan, Walking God, I don't know, dude. Regardless of your, I guess, monetary status in Genshin Impact, whether you can spend money or not, it doesn't really matter. Eventually, you're going to hit that brick wall in Genshin where you can eventually 30-star the Abyss, and that's it. That's totally fine. This is a casual game. There's a lot of casual players, I understand that may not care about the Abyss too much, which is, I guess, what Hoyoverse is catering towards, is these casual players. And the fact that reverse power creep is the thing in Genshin Impact, honestly, at the end of the day, you have more money in your pockets, as you don't have to spend your hard-earned dollars on these characters, as there's essentially no need for these strong, broken characters, right? A lot of characters that we even got on day one, look at Bennett, look at Ling, look at Shu, and then look at the recent 4-stars we've gotten in the game, like Dory, Candace, Layla. All these characters, compared to some of the OG characters, they're not even like 1/3 of the power level of these OG broken characters, right? So you can definitely see the game is definitely getting weaker. Even 5-stars, we haven't really gotten like too many broken 5-stars compared to like 1.3, for example, 1.2. We got Ganyu, we got Shab, we got Yu Tao. I mean, yeah, in 2.0, we got Ayaka, Yoimiya kind of on the lesser side there, and in 2.1, we also got Raiden Shogun, which is a very, very strong character. But you look at characters like Ayato, for example, obviously not as strong as like the OG broken leeway big 3, right? So the characters have definitely dropped down a little bit, right? There was a few exceptions, again, Ayaka, Yelan, Raiden, even like Nihida, for example, as well. But you do have characters like Yoimiya, you have Saino, you have Ayato, that are obviously, I don't want to say weak, but kind of on the more little bit mid-ish side, if that makes sense. But yeah, back to reverse power creep. I think it's a good thing, as it's a casual game. The Abyss is all we're gonna get, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. A lot of the characters that we got earlier in the game, especially if you're a veteran, you most likely already have all of these characters fully built and fully geared, and you most likely can already 36-star the Abyss. So it's like, what else would you really want? You know what I mean? Especially with the addition of the trading card game that dropped this patch in 3.3, it's like, where is this game really headed in terms of like how you build your characters once you hit that brick wall in the Abyss? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where is the game really going? Where we'd actually need characters to power creep the old ones. So hopefully this explains my opinions, at least. I don't want to drag this video on for too long. I think it's a pretty straightforward video. I just feel like reverse power creep is a good thing, and there's no need for power creep in Genshin, because what's the point, right? What is the point? But yeah, that is essentially the end of the video. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on reverse power creep. Do you guys think it's a good thing? Do you guys think it's a bad thing? Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'll be reading all the comments as usual. So yeah, that's basically it. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you boys in the next one.
Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. Remember when she used to say she hate this? Back then they would laugh when I say shit.